So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 different hacks on how to get a 4.0 in college this semester. If you guys are new here and this is the first time you guys are seeing my face, my name is Ruby. I am a 21-year-old college lifestyle and beauty vlogger. I am a biomedicine student at my university and I'm a senior. I'm actually going into my final semester of undergrad, which is crazy. But yeah, so I'm going to be graduating with the biomedicine degree, so I'm a pre-med. This past semester, you guys, was my best semester ever. I got a 4.0. I'll put my actual like proof and everything right here so you guys can see it, but I did end up getting a 4.0 this semester. Getting a 4.0, you guys, is not easy at all, so I'm not even going to tell you guys right now that it's easy. That's why I have 10 different hacks for you guys. I took neuroscience, gross anatomy, virology, cancer cell research, probabilistic methods of, I think it's just called probabilistic methods, and probabilistic methods lab. Actually all of my classes this semester had a lab. That's why I had so many credits. But you guys, when I tell you I worked hard, I worked hard. So I have 10 different hacks for you guys that I definitely used this year to receive a 4.0. It takes hard work, it takes dedication, and it also takes strategy. I feel like a lot of people feel like just because you do all the work, that means you're good. There's a couple of different things that you have to do like here and there that will definitely help to ensure that you get a 4.0, because I don't know about you guys, there's some classes that I've taken, I think I'm doing well, I'm getting an A, everything, and then when I get my grade I get like a A- or a B+, and I'm just like, yo, how is this possible? But I guarantee you guys, if you follow all 10 of these hacks like to the T, you will get a 4.0 GPA. And I want you guys to come back to this video in the future and after you get your grades or whatever, and let me know how you did in your semester. Okay, first things first, to get a 4.0 GPA, I recommend before classes even start, look at Rate My Professor. I know this is very cliche. Before you even take the class, make sure the teacher is someone that would vibe with you, because different teachers have different like requirements, different criteria, and it's nice to know before you even walk into the class what kind of teacher you're going to be having. Some of the things that are on Rate My Professor are not actually on the syllabus, so that's why I really like Rate My Professor. They'll let you know if like if the teacher gives extra credit at the end of the semester or after exams, or if attendance is mandatory, or you know what I mean, like, or if the teacher has an attitude. If the teacher is mean, if the teacher has an attitude, I just don't even bother with the teacher. Step 1, check Rate My Professor, make sure the teacher is good, and if not, make sure you know how to get on the teacher's good side. Number 2, the next step for success is to keep an agenda. I don't care if you feel as though you have good memory and you'll remember all of your assignments. That does not matter. Like, we're in college, there is no way you're going to remember all of the assignments that you have and be able to, you know, schedule it inside your brain to make sure that you do the assignments early. No. Get an agenda. I actually created my own planner, which is geared towards academic success in all types of fonts. Like, literally, this planner has been reviewed by so many different YouTubers, by so many different people that don't even know who I am, because they know how good the planner is. I actually have a couple of them right here. We have 2 different colorways, marble and black. I'll put it on the screen right now for you guys to see. But definitely have a planner, you guys, that has a weekly and a monthly view. Everything. First things first, when you first get your syllabi, I need you to go through your syllabi and write down all of the important dates. Write down every single day there's an exam, assignment due, an essay due, anything. Anything that's in the syllabi has to go inside your planner. Offer it in the beginning of the semester. Do it now so that you know in advance when things are due. Shameless plug, I'm not gonna brag, but because I did say that this planner was made specifically for college students, it actually has a place for you to put in all of your syllabi information. So let's go to it real quick. I'll show it to you guys on the screen here. As a semester checklist that I also have in the planner, we also have a weekly schedule for you to include your class schedule for the semester. And then we have a master syllabus, and this is where you write down all of the information that's important in your syllabus. If you don't have the planner, it's fine, you can write it down on a piece of paper. Just make sure you don't lose it. I like this because it's literally everything is in the same spot. So I have a spot here for all of your classes. You write down your class, location, time, credit, professor, phone number, email, and office hours. Office hours is very important. You don't want to have to, like, for example, if you're in the library right now and you have trouble with a question and you don't have your syllabus with you, you don't want to have to go all the way back to your dorm or all the way back to your house. You already have your planner with you and you already have your office hours in your planner. Amazing. Another thing that's in your syllabus that is very important is your grade breakdown. This is something that you have to know in the beginning of the semester so that you know how to get an A. If you don't know this, you will think that, okay, I got an for example, one of my classes back, I think my sophomore year, it was a math class, and literally I got I'll put a screenshot of my conversation with my professor on the screen here. I got a 100 on my first math exam, a 99 on my second math exam, and I thought I was good. I was like, yo, I'm chilling, I don't even have to study no more. Like, I got 199. There's no way I'll get anything lower than an A. And I was doing all of my homework. My teacher's gonna give me an A minus in the class because I got an 85 on my final. And I was like, wait, because I was used to all of my classes having the same amount of percentages for all 3 exams, and I didn't really look at my syllabus after like syllabus week. So I'm thinking, okay, 20%, 20%, 20%. I got 100, I got a 99. You know, like, I can be chilling for the 3rd exam. I ended up getting an 85 on my 3rd exam, and I got an A minus in the class. That might not be a big deal to you guys, but when you want a 4.0, A minus is not going to cut it. So that really messed me up because I didn't know the grade breakdown for the class. And I believe he said, actually, let me pull it up right now, because yo, when I tell you I was so mad at myself because I really didn't, like, I just wasn't proactive about my grades. Okay, so basically, okay, so it says it here that the final counted for a 40% of our grade, and I ended up getting an 85. So the final counted for 40% of our grade, and I thought it counted for 20%. So obviously I wouldn't have been slacking like that after the first 2 exams if I had known that the last exam is going to count the most. I was just looking at the fact that I got 199% when literally everybody in the class was like doing really bad. I was following all the other steps basically besides this one, and that was my reason to get an A minus, if that makes sense, because I really did work hard on those first 2 exams. But I say that to say, make sure you guys follow all 10 steps. You guys make sure you guys write down the breakdown of all of your of your classes. I'll show you guys an example of one of the ones that I did last semester. I'll show you guys my neuroscience classes grade tracker. So all 3 exams were 20%, like I said, is usually for most of my classes. We had a neuroscience disorder presentation that was 18%, labs were 15%, and quizzes were 7%. So I wrote down all of the different weights, and I wrote down a section next to it so that you can write down your actual grade. And I'll put it on the screen here for you guys to do it. In my next year's planner, I'm going to actually put the formula down below so that you guys can do it easier, because I know a lot of people were complaining that they don't even know how to calculate that. But I learned how to do that back in high school, so I just always knew, and I thought everybody knew. But in next year's academic planner, we'll have the actual formula, and like you'll be able to put it in for yourself, if that makes sense. But definitely track your grades and know how much everything is worth in the beginning of the semester so that you don't slack off. I knew that my presentation was 18% of our grade, which is almost equal to the amount of an exam, so I knew to do extremely well in my neuroscience presentation so that I can get like 100, and I ended up getting a 98. But he ended up curving that to 100. Get a planner and get, I guess, a notebook if you don't have the Lavish Life academic planner that has everything included. So get a planner and a notebook, or just get the Lavish Life planner and just have all of that information inside so that you can track your syllabus information and stuff like that. They know that you're in there and that you're in there to be serious, and they know what you're there for, and that's to get an A. I let my teachers know off rip that, you know, I'm not one of these little, you know, other college students that are just here for because their parents are telling them to. I'm here because I know that I need to get a 4.0. I need to get an A. I need to do well in the class, and I want to actually learn the information, even if you don't care about the information whatsoever. I did not like virology. I hated that class with a passion. My teacher never knew that though. He thought that virology was my favorite subject. Listen, I might have thrown a little bit of like small little lies here and there, God forgive me please. Like, this guy thought that I wanted to even do virology as a master's program because of the way that I talked to him about the class. Like, This guy loved me. Like, he loved me as a student, obviously. Like, me and him were cool like that because I showed to him that I have a passion for what he's teaching, and that makes teachers happy. That's definitely a strategy and a hack that you guys should definitely try and work on. Make sure you guys come to class prepared so that you're able to answer questions. I made sure the teachers knew that I enjoyed the class, I worked hard for the class, and that I was actually studying, because a lot of students don't really study like that until the exams come. But I was on it. Like, anytime the teacher asks a question, even if you have your laptop out and you Google the question real quick and get the answer, listen, just be in the class and actually answer questions. Make sure the teacher knows you're there. If the teacher doesn't ask you what your name is after the second week, or he doesn't know what your name is, you did something wrong. Being a teacher's pet will pay off. Even if the teacher is like strict, I'm just a goofy person. I don't know, I probably don't show it as much in my vlogs, but my friends all know that I'm goofy. If you go to school with me, you know that I'm like a clown. I'm a class clown slash nerd. Like, I be joking with my teachers and stuff like that, but when it comes to business, they know that, you know, I'm really up there because of how much work I'm putting in. You just have to finesse it a little bit. Like, it's not that hard. It's really not as hard as I'm trying to make it seem, but it's definitely a strategy, you guys. And just think about it. Like, before you go to class, what am I going to do to the teacher? Even if it's just introducing yourself after class and saying that you're very excited. Okay, you guys can just do this with me. He is happy that a class that he's basically dedicated his whole profession to, another student is excited about to this, you know. Like, definitely do that, you guys. Make friends with your teachers, and it'll work out in the end, because, you know, I don't want to say teachers be bumping up grades, but you never know. Like, they might see your name and be like, wow, this student put in work the entire semester. So I want you guys to write this down. You to go to your teacher's office hours at least 2 times this semester. At least 2 times. Even if it's like getting towards the end of the semester and you ended up never having a question, just go. Make up a question at the end of the office hours after he answers a question that you already knew. Just make sure you're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, I've been really struggling. I just really wanted to understand the information. Thank you so much for your time. Just show that, you know, you appreciate their help. So yes, go to office hours for all of your classes at least 2 times a semester. If you want to be a go hard, 3 times a semester. Another hack I have for you guys is to find someone in your class that is going to be your accountability partner. Right now, we're throwing everything out the window. I don't care if you're not a social person. I don't care if you don't like making friends in college. That's not what it's about. You need somebody that is at texting reach, at emails reach, that you'll be able to ask whether or not there's homework due. To ask if you want to study. Like, you need to have somebody that's around, that's in your class, so that you're never caught lacking of it. Like, we're in this class together, we're going to do whatever it takes to do well in the class. So just ask. I recommend you like scope it out a little bit and find somebody that's actually serious about school. So in every single one of my classes I have at least one person that I have their phone number or email, just for like, it's kind of like a emergency contact number to me. My next hack for you guys is to schedule in study hours as if it was a class. For example, I had my review your information that you learned that day, or get ahead of your next class's day. I think that that was one of the biggest, I don't want to say hacks, but just tips in general that I practiced last semester that definitely helped me in all aspects, especially for neuroscience and gross anatomy, because all the classes were very fast paced. It's so easy to just be left behind. Like, teachers don't care who doesn't know the information in class. You have to know that for yourself. I want you guys to be studying every day. Even if 2 hours is too much for you, if you're not like in a major that requires a lot of like actual studying, like communications or something like that, at least study an hour a day. Like, review your information for an hour a day. Get ahead of what you're supposed to be learning for at least an hour a day. It's not that much work, you guys. Like, if you do it on a day-to-day basis, you wouldn't be as stressed out when the actual exam comes. I have my regular class schedule, and then I have another schedule on there that I like to keep in red for my studying schedule, and it'll be the same time every single day. So I'll know, for example, every Tuesday in between my classes, I will go to the library and study from 3 to 4 p.m. and that's gonna be 1 hour of studying, and then I'll study again from 8:30 till like 10 o'clock, and that'll be in my dorm. So I have specific times and specific locations for my studying. But I like to study outside of my dorm, so it feels like, you know, I'm preparing my mind to actually go and study, which is different than, okay, I'm studying right now. But I can also watch a movie in between if I want to. So me going to a specific area knows that, okay, I'm in this room from this time to this time, and all I'm going to do is study, and then afterwards I have free time, so I'm chilling. So I don't want you to say I'm studying in my dorm from 7:30 till 11 o'clock, and then you get a notification on YouTube, and okay, let me just go and watch a video on YouTube on my bed real quick. You know what I mean? So set a study schedule for yourself that includes a time and a place, and try and study for a specific amount of time every single day to get ahead or to review information. Another hack I have for you guys is regarding assignments in particular. I need you guys to cut the whole mindset of, okay, my assignment is due Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Let me start working on the assignment at 4 o'clock and give myself 3 hours to do the assignment. No, we are submitting all assignments 2 days earlier than we're supposed to, at least 2 days earlier. I don't want to hear any excuses, especially because of the fact that a lot of assignments have online deadlines and they shut out after a while. I feel like I hear a lot from different college students, like my friends, roommates, suite mates. Oh, I was doing the assignment and it closed off because I didn't have enough time. Don't do it to yourself. Like, you guys know, if you wrote it down in your planner, you know when your assignments are due. And this is another thing. I need you to write down when you're going to do the assignment, and I need you to write down when you're going to submit your assignment, and actually follow those different dates. Wrote down your grade tracker for a reason. You guys wrote down how much each part is worth already. So you know, like, these assignments all add up, and you have to do well on each one in order to get full credit for each part of your grade. This whole semester, you guys, we're working on our assignments early. We're submitting it early after it's getting checked, or after you review it yourself. But we're not having any late assignments. We're not having any, oh, my laptop wasn't working, oh, there was no Wi-Fi in the dorms, oh, the library was closed. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're submitting our assignments 2 days earlier, at least. And another thing I like to do is to make sure that I have the guidelines, or like the rubric, right next to me while I'm doing the assignment, so that after I finish it, while I'm doing it, I know what I have to do. After I finish it, I'll go through the rubric and make sure, okay, I have every specific part. There's no reason why I shouldn't even get 100. Like, your goal, listen, you have to change your mindset completely, like 360, from, okay, I'm just gonna do well, to I'm striving to get 100. Like, if I don't get 100, I'm gonna be mad. That's literally how my mind was last semester. That's literally how my mind was last semester. Like, if I'm not getting 100 on this assignment, there is something wrong. I'm going to my teacher. I need 100 on this assignment. I'm not using my time to get a 94 on an assignment that I could have gotten 100 on, just by putting in that extra effort or making sure that this question was answered correctly. We're honestly way too old to be settling for grades like that. I'm saying grades like that like a 94 is bad, but like, honestly, my mindset has changed so much. My mindset from, I'm gonna do well, I'm gonna strive for an A, to I need to get 100. And because I was striving to get 100 on everything, I was honestly getting the best grade I could possibly get, because there's nothing more than 100. Like, if I'm striving to do the best I possibly can, and I know that there's nothing else I could have done, like, that's the best satisfaction that you can actually get. Another hack I have for you guys is to go to class. And it sounds simple, it sounds cliche, but listen, there's a lot of students, and there's a lot of students out there that's just like, oh, I'm in college now, like, I don't have to go to class if I'm not learning the information. Like, my teacher doesn't really teach like that, I'm not going to be in class wasting my time. That's not what it's about. You need to be in class because you don't know what the teacher is telling you guys. Regardless if the syllabus says that, oh, attendance doesn't really matter, the teacher knows who's putting in that effort. This all comes back to how the teacher views you. Like, at the end of the day, even if, God forbid, you're at like that, you know, A minus to A, like, borderline, because you were in class every day, I don't want to say I guarantee, but if I was a teacher, I would be like, okay, this boy or this girl has a 93 to get an A in the class she needs a 94, I refuse to give her a 90. I refuse to give her an A- because I know this girl put in work. I know this girl came to class even when nobody was in class. That's one thing. Two, teachers like to do little like hints about certain stuff that you will not be able to see if you were just learning the information on your own. For example, my neuroscience teacher, we had PowerPoints that he put it up on Blackboard before every class, but while he's teaching in class, he'll literally say, don't worry about this slide, or this slide is very important, or this is going to be on the exam. These are things that you will not know if you were not in the class. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there's so many different things, there's so many different benefits of just being in class altogether that I feel like people, because we're in college now and we have that choice, they're like, okay, if your goal is to get a 4.0, you just want to make sure that you are doing everything that is in your power to get the highest grade possible. So what's wrong with just going to class every single time that class is held? You have to put in that extra mile, you know what I mean? So just go to class. It's not that hard. Like, you're literally paying for the class just to not show up. Okay, so this is an actual hack. This is an actual hack, and this is something that I actually learned was it last semester? I think it was 2 semesters ago. The key to success in classes is to do extremely well the first 2 weeks of school. The first 2 weeks of school, the first exam, the first 2 or 3 assignments, you need to do exceptionally well. One, there's a couple of reasons behind this, and there's a couple of reasons why it's easy as well. Because you're starting out, there's not a lot of information that you're learning, so one, it's a little bit easier for you. As the semester goes on, you'll be having a lot of more different things, 2 or 3 exams and stuff like that on the same week, so it's gonna be harder for you to balance things out. Because you did so well these first 2 weeks of school, the first couple of assignments, the first exam, the teacher already has in the back of their head that, oh wow, this girl is smart. Like, this girl knows what she's doing. I don't really have to worry too much about her because my mind has already acknowledged the fact that this girl is smart. So even if I'm grading this girl's, for example, English paper, I'm not going to be really looking too hard into it. Like, teacher will probably never admit this, but this girl did extremely well on her first exam. In my eyes, I'm already ranking the students. You know, if I was a teacher, I would already be ranking the students. I would know which students are going to do well in the class. I will know which students I'm going to have to email in a couple of weeks telling them to drop the class. And I know which students are going to be working hard because they know that I failed the first exam, so I have to really do well the rest of the class. You know what I mean? So they're not going to be worried too much about the students that are already doing well. The students that already are putting in the work. They're going to be worried more about the students that are struggling from the beginning. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? I'm asking you guys like you guys can answer. Comment down below right now if what I'm saying to you guys is making sense. If this is stuff that you know you're going to be able to put forth this semester, because yo, when I tell you, after you get your 4.0 and you know that all of this work was not put to waste, it's going to be worth it. Like, it's really going to be worth it. Like, I don't even know what number we're at right now, but another hack I have for you guys is to take good notes. Another hack inside a hack is use your phone. Go to this little thing that's like the best thing ever, honestly, for my life when it comes to school. Voice memos. Voice memos, you guys, will be your best friend. If you guys have never used voice memos, I feel like this is something my dad actually put me on to, because when he was studying for I forgot when he was studying for his master's like a while ago, like a long time ago, he used to record his class periods, and I was like, why is this guy listening to his class at home? I've been doing this, you guys, for so long that like it's just like instilled into me. I've put my friends onto it, I've put you guys onto it if you guys watch my study videos. But recording your class allows you to create the best notes possible, because there's no information that you could miss. Like, literally, it's one thing to go to class, and it's another thing to listen to the class over and being able to stop, rewind, play, stop, rewind, play, like keep going like that if you missed information. Does that make sense? Like, I literally, for maybe like a 45-minute video, a 45-minute voice memo, it'll take me about like an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes to listen through, because I stop, I make sure I write down all the information, I know everything that's going on before I continue. So that's just a little hack. We're probably going to do a whole video on note taking altogether, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already and stay tuned for that video. But yes, take good notes because that will help you in studying. And I recommend you guys to surround yourself with people that have the same goals as you, even if they don't have any of your classes, but you know, they're a good person to study with, they're a good person to like remind you to study on a Saturday morning type of thing. Like, you can have friends for going out, of course, in college, but you also want to have friends that are on the same wavelength as you academically, that are also pre-med, or that are also pre-law. Just somebody that you can bounce information off of, someone that you can like just talk to when you're frustrated, because they're most of the time going through the same thing as you, and it makes things easier for you, you know, like it allows you to be motivated through somebody else, you know. I know a lot of people watch my videos for motivation, but I specifically find motivation in seeing my other friends also working hard. Another hack that I have for you guys is to actually be strategic and efficient with your studying. You have to know what your exam is going to consist of before you even go into studying. You have to know how your teacher is going to ask the questions so you know how to study. For example, if you are going to be studying, if your exams are only going to be multiple choice, there's a specific way you study for that. If your exams are only going to be free response, there's a specific way to study for that. Math classes, you study a specific way by doing practice questions over and over and over again until you know you're able to do it without any help. Science classes is basically off of understanding information. One tip for you guys is when you switch over from studying to do well on exam to studying to actually understand the information, it makes things a lot easier for you. When you study to just memorize the information for exam, when the exam comes and it's phrased, the question is phrased a little bit differently, it throws you off. But if you study to actually understand the information, even if the question is phrased differently, you still understand what the question is asking and you know how to derive the answer for that. The easiest way to study to understand information, I actually mentioned this in a studying video, is to study so that you're able to actually teach somebody else. Because that's basically it for this video. I have no idea how many hacks I did because I feel like I had like a couple of like mini hacks in between the big hacks, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope I wasn't too harsh. I hope I wasn't like screaming at you guys, because I tend to do that a lot when I like try and motivate my friends on my later videos, like on my vlogs and stuff like that, how you're doing throughout the semester, whether or not you have questions about. Know that if you follow all of these hacks, we're all getting 4.0s, all of us. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.